Yas, Yorgas, Gidji Kulungas, Nanaquilla, Sandra Hill. Hello, I welcome you here today. Men, women and children, my name is Sandra Hill. I'm the Wadandi Pibbleman Elder and Custodian for this area here. I live in Baillingup, and I feel honoured to be here today to welcome all the Taliesin staff and their families to this lovely family event. It's just wonderful to see everybody here today. Nana Miljaba, Nana Nup, Il Wadandi, Pibbleman, Wilman, Balladong. My ancestors' bloodlines are Pibbleman, Wadandi and Wilman on my father's side, Balladong and Yunka on my mother's side. This is part of my traditional homeland, home of the Doonan People's Language Group. I didn't do that.
It was the ancestors.
Kali Belquala Maya Doonawongi. Yes, this is the people, the Doonan language group through here. The Wongi is talk, so this is the language we talk. I live, like I said, I live in Baillingup, so very close to here. And I've made quite a number of friends here in the mine at Taliesin. Debbie, Glenn. Yeah, so this is sort of part of my home place too. My family are from here. My great grandparents lived in Bridgetown, and my old great grandfather, Charlie Hill, used to be called King Charlie. He used to walk through here, and this was his country to look after and keep healthy and look after it in a proper way. So that's been handed down to me by my old aunties from Bunbury, and that's what I'm trying to do here through this country, to look after the place and keep it safe, make people culturally safe, and keep the country healthy and well. This is the season here is Berak, and Berak's recognised by the arid easterly or northeasterly winds in the mornings and the cool coastal breezes in the afternoon, and everybody notices that, the change in the weather. Yola and Mudja, which is the paper barks and the Christmas trees, are flowering, and Wanajet, the peppermint flowers, the Wanang tree flowers. The Wanang tree is a peppermint tree, are falling, letting us know that the Gabby, the rains, are starting to ease. So we're not going to get a lot of rain anymore. Looks like it's going to rain, but it's probably not going to. Nyalanyanka, our sun, shines hotter and the days are getting longer, and Jinda, the stars, look like Kala Jedal fire coals in the Moru, the dark skies. The morning leaves are moist and the grasses are damp at this time. The cabane, the sword sedge flowers, are drying, ready to process, and the reeds are easy to remove to make fishing belts with. This is what we did in the old times, living on this country, as we spend more time nearer to the coast. So we prepare all these things as we move closer, things like gidgies and other implements to to be able to go over to the coast to do the fishing. With calmer waters, the large giljet, the fish, come closer, making it easier to spear them or gidgee them. The flowering bulgur tree, the grass tree, tells us the kaban, the groper, the blue groper, are fat and ready to eat. So that sends us across to the coast to go fishing for them. They're fat and ready to eat. The low tides allow us to collect kanging, abalone, along with corial crab, which are plentiful. Wadam, the sea spirit, provides us with many gill, crayfish, and betty, squid, for our nalamat, for our family. The Urbanuda butterflies are everywhere, and the milky berries on the coast are sweet, juicy, and ready to eat. Everything comes good at this time of the year. as far as food goes, as far as hunting and gathering goes. The Mugit Buna, the banksia tree, flowers are gathered for sweet drinks, which is fermented and used for gatherings and ceremonies. So we did have our fermented drinks made from banksia trees. Birak is an excellent time. Juliara bee, the bees, for the bees, there's a nectar and gum being produced by many plants. The kumal, brush-tail possum, and we have two possums. We have the kumal, the brush-tail, and the nyaran, the ring-tail possum. Their babies are spending time on their own, and the wetch, the emu, babies are almost as big as their dads now. And I don't know if you know how the daddy emu gets rid of the babies. When they get to a certain height, certain age, father emu, because he sat on the nest and looked after them from when they were eggs, and when they get to a certain time, a certain height, he drops down and pretends that he's dead. And when he drops down on the ground, he keeps very still and won't move. And the baby emus run around like crazy, daddy, daddy, you know, wondering what's going on, what's happening. And then after a while, they get bored and think, okay, we saw some tucker over there, we'll go over that way. And then they go off, and he raises his head a little bit to see how far they've gone. And if they've gone far enough, he gets up and runs like heck the other way. I only wish we could do that. It doesn't work. They watch you run and they follow you. Bane is a salty, sweet native coastal fruit. It's called pigface. And Juliara are pollinating Nala native plants. The karak and the manich, the red-tailed black cockatoo and the white-tailed cockatoo are chewing away, dropping marimada, honky nuts from the buna, from the trees. With less cold fronts and longer dry periods, the Belia rivers near Wataru, the ocean, are plentiful with boi, turtle or tortoise, jilgi, naran. The Wira Bila, the beautiful rivers, are slowing down while the jiljet spawn grow big and strong, ready for the rain seasons again. This is a time the Nyanga Budjawangi mother country talks. And Wadandi Yungan Jali Dwankani, the saltwater people, that's us, we listen. Listen to her and put the lids on yama holes. And yama holes are holes in granite rocks where we actually can make them by putting fires on the rock and then pouring water on, and it cracks the stone, and the hole gets deeper and deeper. And we put lids on the water holes, stone slabs onto the holes with a little opening for the animals to drink from, but they can't fall in or drown, to keep their water from becoming toxic. In the drier times, that water is used by our people and all the animals. A stick or boya was often placed in the nama with a yelling or a hole. Yelling is hole in our language, and yelling up is place of many holes. It's not the place of love, unfortunately, as everybody thinks it is. It means place of many holes, which isn't anywhere near as romantic as place of love. So the fauna can have a drink without drowning. In turn, they don't take the fresh water that's there for the warmer times and the drier times. As the cicadas sing in the heat of the day, we know very soon that Bonaru, our next season, is approaching, and the families gather in large groups, travelling along the coastline or toward the coast or toward the waterways where the land meets the sea. This